fine. You're in a treat for today. We are live on location
With Charlie
and
Chadwick. And I just hit a pothole or something. Oh, it was
That's
a
right.
plant holder.
We gotta watch out. We gotta watch where we're going. But thanks today again for David and Brenda Shockley.
My parents.
That's right, sponsoring this episode again for us. You're in for a treat. We promised a diversity of thought, a diversity of views, and we have today with us David Porter.
David Porter. And where are we meeting today? Let's highlight.
Right back here. We're at Hidden River Cave with David, and he's going to tell us about his views on being an agnostic, right?
An atheist agnostic.
That's right.
And he'll explain what that means because I didn't really know what that means.
But now we know more, and you will too. So please enjoy part one of this interview.
Here we go.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are here at a place, I bet you can't guess where we are. It's at Hidden River Cave.
In Horse Cave. It's so nice to be here.
Right, here in Horse Cave, Kentucky. Here with David Porter, our newest friend. Hey,
Hello.
David.
How are you all?
Good, good.
The sun is shining. You can see off the crowns of all our heads.
Yeah, it's a great day to be outside here at Hidden River. Now, we walked through the museum on our way down here. I didn't realize that it was such a huge museum here in Horse Cave.
It's beautiful.
Nice, and you can spend hours here. Also, if you're brave enough, zip lines, right. Rappelling, and all that is here.
Right.
That's right above our
And cave
head.
tours. Right now the cave's flooded, but you know they have cave tours usually all year round. So
We do thank the folks here for letting us use this beautiful spot to visit with David.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Well, David, tell us about you. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
I'm David Porter, and I'm here to kind of represent free thinkers, part of a Facebook group. You can join on Facebook too. It's just a group of agnostics, atheists, just people who are kind of questioning, just a little bit for everybody that's maybe doesn't consider themselves religious. And then I guess the best thing to start off would be to kind of give the distinction between all of them.
Please do. Yes, that'd be great.
There's usually quite a few misconceptions about, let's say, the word agnosticism and atheism. You can be both. You can be an agnostic atheist. It has to do with atheism. Has to do with belief. It's if you don't believe there is a God, and agnosticism has to do with knowledge. It's if you say that you know there is a God or there is not a God. So basically, I would say personally that I can't know for sure that there is no God, but I do not believe there is a God. And a lot of times agnosticism also gets a rap of like saying maybe there's like 50-50 chance of there being a God, but it's also like more so you just can't know 100% for sure. So I could be like 90-10 maybe, and you would still technically be an agnostic, at least halfway, partially. So.
Well, that's good you made that distinction because we talked about on the walk down here to the cave entrance that so often people lump together agnostics, atheists, free thinkers as if it's all just one train of thought, but it's more to it than just that. So thank you for.
And we mentioned free thinkers in our introductory video weeks and weeks ago.
We did.
And most of the messages that we've received, private messages, have related to, I know a person, or I know a group, or I know an individual who would like to speak to you that was relative to these lines of atheism, agnosticism. So people are waiting to hear what free thinkers have to say.
And a big segment of our viewership are the free thinkers
Absolutely.
that watch.
And
so
some
thank
of
you.
our friends, as we've mentioned before, you mentioned a cousin of yours in our introductory video.
Right. I was telling David that I have a first cousin of mine who identifies as being atheist, and he knows I'm a Christian minister. But we get along great. We talk sports. We Facebook back and forth and get along so well. And I wondered if the same was for you. Do you have friends that are Christian faith, and how do you all get along?
I do. I work with a bunch of, people that have different beliefs, including Christian. My fiance is a Christian. We have those discussions, but we also respect each other's beliefs. It's not hard.
Right.
Some people kind of put like a animosity between people, but there doesn't have to be.
Right, and I even mentioned to you all earlier, a young lady, a good friend of mine who often plays the flute at First Presbyterian Church, is an atheist. Mm-hmm. And we have an excellent relationship, and as a matter of fact, it's a wonderful point of discussion sometimes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we talked about also in our first episode, Chadwick, if you remember that, one of the goals of this YouTube channel was to break down sort of the animosity, if there is
Right.
any, or suspicions maybe among
Sure.
all of us, and misconceptions among people of faith or of no faith. And so
Right.
you're right about something. There's no need for to be in conflict with people of other
Right.
faiths or of no faith. We can all just get along with one another and enjoy each other's company, right?
Atheists are definitely a broad spectrum. Like I said earlier when we were talking, atheism only answers the one question of, do you believe in a God? But a lot of people, a lot of atheists are conservative, liberal. They can believe in other supernatural things like reincarnation, ghosts, and just the God part. So there's other qualifiers that people use to describe themselves. I use a secular humanist to describe myself, and I personally advocate for pluralism. I like a pluralist nation to where we could all get along, and again, no animosity or people just believe what they want. But also, the discussion is there. Obviously, I would probably prefer to win you over to my side, but I know that's not going to happen with
Above
everybody.
all, seek peace.
Yeah,
True.
right.
True.
So I think there's value in differences in beliefs.
Absolutely, a lot of value.
One thing we were just visiting with Sarath Nan, the Buddhist monk at the temple in Bowling Green, and I should have asked him, and I didn't. I know there are some Buddhists that would say there is no God, right? It's you enlighten you're enlightened yourself.
Right.
I don't know what his view on that was, but even many of the faiths will say there's no God per se,
Right.
and they have a different style of being spiritual.
Right.
And so
Or
it's,
we are our own God.
right, exactly. Our God is in us. I am as much as God as anybody else would
Right.
be, and that's very interesting and very diverse. And we discovered that, as you mentioned, working in Bowling Green, there's a lot of different
There is.
ways of looking at things from people that live in Bowling Green.
You just mentioned, I forgot where I was going with that. Sorry.
Well, that's fine. That's
okay.
fine. I do that all the time
Yeah.
myself.
I might remember it in a
And
bit.
you work with a lot of the Asian community too.
Yes.
Your work.
They're actually, a lot of the people that I work with are Micronesian. They come
Right.
from some islands
Sure.
down in that area. But they're really nice people, and they have diverse views too.
Right.
Like I said, you meet a lot of different people, especially working in the restaurant business.
Right.
You're a nice guy. We commented in our review episode at the Safe that everybody we've met has been just the finest folks you can meet.
Absolutely.
And that
Wouldn't it be fun 10 episodes from now to get everybody together
Have a big
outdoors
discussion.
somewhere and have a big discussion? Uh-huh.
we'd have a
And
good
then
time.
food.
And
And
food.
wine.
Right, wine. That's right. Wine's allowed, so that's good. That is good. I would enjoy that. But there is a common theme that even though folks around us are of different faiths or beliefs, the ones we've talked to, including you, have all been salt of the earth. If you,
Well, that was part one with David. Hope you enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. He had fun with us.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
It was good to make
I've known David a long time, actually, so
I'll watch for the cars while you walk that way.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. We're still standing, and we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.